Yeah. Leaning with.
Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl here, Diva, and in today's episode on Learning with Diva, we're going to be talking about how to apply for a student visa in Canada. Remember, there are several steps you need to take, and in this video, I want to be sharing with you some comprehensive guide to help you through this process. But before I go on with this video, if you are a returning subscriber, I want to say I love you. Thank you for always watching my video till the end, commenting and sharing my videos. And if you are new to this community, we always watch our videos to the end, and we always comment and share, and also we subscribe at the end of the video. Thank you. Okay, so we'll be looking at about 7 steps that you need and that will help you guide you through the process of applying for a student visa in Canada. So, step 1 is you have to research to know the program and the institution you want to go and study in Canada. So, once you are doing that, you are also finding out the requirements that this school will need for you to be able for them to accept you into the institution. So, once you're able to do that, you have to go ahead and apply into this program in that institution where you have found that you want to study. Once you have applied, you wait for the school to reply. So the school will send you either an acceptance letter or a decline letter. I remember a time when I wanted to study in Finland because I didn't meet up with the requirements. So I got a rejection letter saying that I didn't meet up with their requirements and therefore I won't be accepted into the program. Yes, that can happen. So don't feel bad if you are rejected. All you can do as well is try to see if you can get the required document that you need to enroll in that program. If you're not able to, get the required document, you can search for other schools or other programs in the same school. So there are different ways you can go about it. But that notwithstanding, that shouldn't discourage you if you are rejected. Just keep, looking and researching. So if you are accepted, if you receive an acceptance letter, that means you are qualified to, study in that program, in that institution. They have checked your eligibility and you are okay to go. The next step is step 2. Now, in step 2, you have to gather all your required documents. And what are these documents? Your acceptance letter, the proof of your identity, which is your passport, and your passport has to be valid at least 6 months. So you want to have, for me, I would suggest that you want to have a passport validity for like 2 years, just in case if you are doing a program that is a 6-month program and now you want to like extend the program or do any other program. If your passport is not valid, you might be wanting to renew and all that. So it's just better for you to get a passport that is valid for at least 2 years, even 5 years as the case may be. Just have a very long period of time so that you can stay as much as you want, depending on the type of program you are doing. Now, the next on the list for gathering your documents is your medical examination. In the school, they want to know that you are physically fit to do this program, that you're not sick of any sort. And then you have to also bring in your police certificate. They want to check that you have a good criminal record. And then the next on the list is your proof of fund. So this means that you need to have a sufficient amount that can cover your tuition fee, living allowance, transportation, and feeding. So some schools will ask you to pay like into the school account, your school fees. Why some school want to just see it in your account, and that statement, your financial statement will be what you'll be submitting to the immigration of Canada. So they will use that to approve that you have sufficient funds to cater for yourself whilst in Canada studying. Remember also that you can work for 20 hours while you are studying. This is a way that the government uses to support the student. As a student, remember you'll be paying bills, and the approval of fund, of course, if you're using it to pay bills after paying your tuition fee, it will be depleting. So you need something that can sustain you, and that is why they have allowed you as a student to work for 20 hours. Remember, you also need to study. So You can't concentrate all your energy in just working. You have to be able to pass all your exams and all that. That will help you, when you want to apply for your permanent residence and when you are also working. So you need to graduate as a student and not just focus on working. That brings us to step number 4. So, step number 4, you will apply for your study permit. This is all the required documents that you have gathered. So, your acceptance letter, your valid passport, your proof of funds, medical examination, your clearance certificate your police clearance certificate. And I forgot to mention also that you need to write like a statement of purpose. They want to know why you have chosen this school. Some schools will ask you to write your goal. They want to know what motivated you to want to school and study in Canada. Why have you chosen that particular institution? So you have to write like a statement of purpose. Why some schools don't even require it. So it depends on the school actually. So this your documents, this required documents, you gather everything and then you have to apply for the study permit through the Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship of Canada. So you go to their website, you complete the study permit application form, that is the IMM 1294, the form. You upload all these documents. You can also do a paper application. So if you choose to do online, that is faster. But if you want to do the paper application, it's up to you what you feel. And then you pay the application fee of, it's typically 150 Canadian dollars, but you have to go to their website to check the amount. It varies. I don't know if it has changed, but as at the time of making this video, it was 150 Canadian dollars for the application fee. Now, once that is done, they will ask you for a biometric. So probably you book for an interview, or that will be them inviting you to come for your biometrics. This is a process where you submit your fingerprints and your photos. So once that is done, your biometrics is done, you now have to wait for the process. This is step 6, where you wait for the processing. The processing can vary, depends on how the volume of applications that they are processing, and also your country of residence where you're applying for. So a lot of things can be affecting the processing time, but that notwithstanding, you will definitely get an answer depending on what the documents are. And that is why you have to follow these guides in submitting your documents, your required documents, making sure that they are valid, they are up to date, especially your criminal record check, making sure that its validity is up to 6 months, and also your medical exam. So all those things has to be valid. That could also delay your processing time. Then once that is done, once the processing time has completed, you get a confirmation if your student visa was approved or not approved. If they need other requirements or other documents, they will email you. And then step 7 is when you receive your study permit. Decision has been made, you are approved, and then you can come to Canada and study. So this approval can come through either mail, electronically, or if you are submitting through paper copy, they can send it through mail, like your address where you have indicated. And that is your last step, and then you can travel to Canada to study. So now that you have been approved, the next step is to travel to Canada. And at the point of entry, just ensure that you show your study permits and any other requirements to the Canadian immigration officials at the airports, like at the point of entry. And then now you can start school. Please, 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 I can't emphasize much on this. Always comply with the school rules and regulations, okay? I know I mentioned like some people will want to work and then forget that they've come to school. So they will miss classes and, miss lectures. And when the exam comes, they won't even write the exam. That is not acceptable. The Canadian system will not even tolerate that. They will write you and tell you if they want to deport you, or allow you to make amends. So for some people, they might not really be interested in that particular program that they initially had wanted to do. They might want to switch. So it's a question of you, discussing with your program head, the school authorities, that you want to change or you want to switch to another program. And you have to know all the requirements that that program needs to have. So if you don't have those requirements, just know that you won't be able to switch. But if you know that you have those requirements, you have checked, and you see that, okay, I can switch to this other program, then yes, the school will allow you to switch. And then if there's any additional tuition that you need to pay, then you can also pay those amounts, and then you can switch. Because sometimes I know that the initial program that you have indicated you want to study, you might get into school and it's not like what you have planned for. You probably don't understand anything that the program is all about, and then you want to switch, or you see like you're having more intuition about this other program. So they allow you to switch, as long as you can meet up with all the requirements and you can pay the fees. Yes, you can switch. So that brings us to the end of this particular episode and this particular video. Please do well to share, subscribe, and comment. So let me know which other you know immigration tips that you want me to talk about. I know that there's some other videos I've done regarding how to apply for these visas, and also the forms, how to fill them out. I do all these things. Just let me know which one you would want me to do, and ask any questions in the comment section. I will do the research and bring you. I'm not an immigration officer, I'm not a consultant. I'm just giving you immigration tips that could help you, guide you in applying for your visas. Take care and have a lovely day. Bye.